These are the words that Moses spoke to all Israel on the other side of the Jordan concerning the wilderness, concerning the Arbaha, opposite the Sea of Reeds, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazeroth and Dizabab, 11 days from Horeb by way of Mount Seir to Kadesh Barnea. It was the 40th year, in the 11th month, on the first of the month, when Moses spoke to the children of Israel, according to everything that Hashem commanded him to them, after he had smitten Sihon, king of the Amorite, who dwelt in Heshbon, and Og, king of Bashan, who dwelt in Aseroth, in Edrei, on the other side of the Jordan, in the land of Moab. Moses began explaining his Torah, saying, Hashem our God spoke to us in Horeb, saying, Enough of your dwelling by this mountain. Turn yourselves around and journey, and come to the Amorite mountain and all its neighbors in the Arabah, on the mountain and in the lowland and in the south, and at the seacoast, the land of the Canaanite and the Lebanon, until the great river, the Euphrates River. See, I have given the land before you. Come and possess the land that Hashem swore to your forefathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them and their children after them. I said to you at that time, saying, I cannot carry you alone. Hashem your God has multiplied you, and behold, you are today like the stars of heaven in abundance. May Hashem, the God of your forefathers, add to you 1,000 times yourselves, and bless you as he has spoken of you. How can I alone carry your contentiousness, your burdens, and your quarrels? Provide for yourselves distinguished men who are wise, understanding, and well known to your tribes, and I shall appoint them as your heads. You answered me and said, The thing that you have proposed to do is good. So I took the heads of your tribes, distinguished men who were wise and well known, and I appointed them as heads over you, leaders of thousands, leaders of hundreds, leaders of 50s, and leaders of 10s, and officers for your tribes. I instructed your judges at that time, saying, Listen among your brethren, and judge righteously between a man and his brother or his litigant. You shall not show favoritism in judgment. Small and great alike shall you hear. You shall not tremble before any man, for the judgment is God's. Any matter that is too difficult for you, you shall bring to me, and I shall hear it. I commanded you at that time all the things that you should do. We journeyed from Horeb and went through that entire great and awesome wilderness that you saw, by way of the Amorite mountain, as Hashem our God commanded us, and we came until Kadesh Barnea. Then I said to you, You have come until the Amorite mountain that Hashem our God gives us. See, Hashem your God has placed the land before you. Go up and possess, as Hashem, God of your forefathers, has spoken to you. Do not fear, and do not lose resolve. All of you approached me and said, Let us send men ahead of us, and let them spy out the land, and bring word back to us, the road on which we should ascend, and the cities to which we should come. The idea was good in my eyes, so I took from you 12 men, 1 man for each tribe. They turned and ascended the mountain, and came until the valley of Eshcol, and spied it out. They took in their hands from the fruit of the land, and brought it down to us. They brought back word to us, and said, Good is the land that Hashem our God gives us. But you did not wish to ascend, and you rebelled against the word of Hashem your God. You slandered in your tents, and said, Because of Hashem's hatred for us did he take us out of the land of Egypt, to deliver us into the hand of the Amorite, to destroy us. To where shall we ascend? Our brothers have melted our hearts, saying, A people greater and taller than we, cities great and fortified to the heavens, and even children of giants have we seen there. Then I said to you, Do not be broken, and do not fear them. Hashem our God, who goes before you, he shall make war for you, like everything he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. And in the wilderness, as you have seen, that Hashem your God bore you as a man carries his son on the entire way that you traveled until you arrived at this place. Yet in this matter you do not believe in Hashem your God, who goes before you on the way, to seek out for you a place for you to encamp with fire by night, to show you the road that you should travel, and with a cloud by day. Hashem heard the sounds of your words, and he was incensed, and he swore, saying, If ever a man of these people, this evil generation, shall see the good land that I swore to give to your forefathers, except for Caleb, son of Jephunneh, he shall see it, and to him shall I give the land on which he walked, and to his children because he followed Hashem wholeheartedly. With me as well, Hashem became angry because of you, saying, You too shall not come there. Joshua, son of Nun, who stands before you, he shall come there, strengthen him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit it. And as for your small children, of whom you said, They will be taken captive, and your children who did not know good from evil this day, they will come there, to them shall I give it, and they shall possess it. And as for you, turn yourselves around and journey to the wilderness by way of the Sea of Reeds. Then you spoke up and said to me, We have sinned to Hashem. We shall go up and do battle according to everything that Hashem our God has commanded us. Every man of you girdled his weapon of war, and you were ready to ascend the mountain. Hashem said to me, Tell them, do not ascend and do not do battle, for I am not among you, so that you not be struck down before your enemies. So I spoke to you, but you did not listen. You rebelled against the word of Hashem, and you were willful and climbed the mountain. The Amorite who dwell on that mountain went out against you and pursued you as the bees would do. They struck you in Seir until Horman. Then you retreated and wept before Hashem, but Hashem did not listen to your voice, and he did not hearken to you. You dwelt in Kadesh for many days as you dwelt. We turned and journeyed to the wilderness toward the Sea of Reeds as Hashem spoke to me, and we circled Mount Seir for many days. Hashem said to me, saying, Enough of your circling this mountain. Turn yourselves northward. You shall command the people, saying, You are passing through the boundary of your brothers, the children of Esau, who dwell in Seir. They will fear you, but you should be very careful. You shall not provoke them, for I shall not give you of their land even the right to set foot, for as an inheritance to Esau have I given Mount Seir. You shall purchase food from them for money, so that you may eat. Also water shall you buy from them for money, so that you may drink. For Hashem your God has blessed you in all your handiwork. He knew your way in this great wilderness. This 40-year period Hashem your God was with you. You did not lack a thing. So we passed from our brothers, the children of Esau who dwelt in Seir, from the way of the Abrath, from Elath, and from Ezion Geber, and we turned and passed on the way of the Moabite desert. Hashem said to me, You shall not distress Moab, and you shall not provoke war with them. For I shall not give you an inheritance from their land, for the children of Lot have I given Ar as an inheritance. The Emim dwelled there previously, a great and populous people, as tall as the giants. They too were considered Rephaim like the giants, and the Moabites called them Emim. And Seir the Horites dwelled previously, and the children of Esau drove them away and destroyed them from before themselves, and dwelled in their place, as Israel did to the land of its inheritance, which Hashem gave them. Now rise up and get yourselves across Zered Brook. So we crossed Zered Brook. The days that we traveled from Kadesh Bani until we crossed Zered Brook were 38 years, until the end of the entire generation, the men of war from the midst of the camp, as Hashem swore to them. Even the hand of Hashem was on them to confound them from the midst of the camp until their end. So it was that the men of war finished dying from amidst the people. Hashem spoke to me, saying, This day you shall cross the border of Moab at Ar, and you shall approach opposite the children of Ammon. You shall not distress them, and you shall not provoke them, for I shall not give any of the land of the children of Ammon to you as an inheritance, for to the children of Lot have I given it as an inheritance. It too is considered the land of Rephaim. The Rephaim dwelled in it previously, and the Ammonites called them Zazumim, a great and populous people, and tall as giants, and Hashem destroyed them before them, and they drove them out and dwelled in their place, just as he did for the children of Esau who dwell in Seir, that he destroyed the Horite before them. They drove them out and dwelled in their place until this day. As for Avim, who dwelled in the open cities until Gaza, the Kapharim, who went out of Kaphtor, destroyed them and the dwelling and dwelled in their place. Rise up and cross Aron Brook. See, into your hand have I delivered Shihon, king of Heshbon, the Amorite, and his land. Begin to drive him out and provoke war with him. This day I shall begin to place dread and fear of you on the peoples under the entire heaven, when they hear of your reputation, and they will tremble and be anxious before you. I sent messengers from the wilderness to Kedmoth, to Shihon, king of Heshbon, words of peace, saying, let me pass through your land. Only on the road shall I go. I will not stray right or left. You will sell food to me for money, and I shall eat, and you will give me water for money, and I shall drink. Only let me pass through on foot, as the children of Esau who dwell in Seir did for me, and the Moabites who dwell in Ar, until I cross the Jordan to the land that Hashem our God gives us. But Sihon king of Heshbon was not willing to let us pass through it, for Hashem our God hardened his spirit and made his heart stubborn, in order to give him into your hand, like this very day. Hashem said to me, see, I have begun to deliver before you Sihon and his land. Begin to drive out to possess his land. Sihon went out toward us, he and his entire people, for battle to Jahaz. Hashem our God gave him before us, and we smote him, and his sons and his entire people. We captured all his cities at that time, and we destroyed every populated city with the women and small children. We did not leave a survivor. Only the animals did we loot for ourselves, and the booty of the cities that we captured. From Aror, which is the shore of Arnok brook, and the city that is by the brook, and until Gilead, there was no city that was too strong for us. Hashem our God gave everything before us. Only to the land of the children of Ammon did you not draw near. Everywhere near Jabbok brook, in the cities of the mountain, and everywhere that Hashem our God commanded us. We turned and ascended by way of the Bashan, and Og king of Bashan went out toward us, he and his entire people, for war at Edrei. Hashem said to me, do not fear him, for in your hands have I given him and his entire people and his land, and you shall do to him as you did to Sihon king of the Amorite who dwells in Heshbon. Hashem our God gave into our hand also Og king of the Bashan and his entire people, and we smote him until no survivor was left of him. We captured all his cities at that time. There was no city that we did not take from them. 60 cities, the entire region of Argob, the kingdom of Og in the Bashan. All these were fortified cities with a high wall, doors, and bar, aside from open cities very many. We destroyed them as we did to Sihon king of Heshbon, destroying every populated city, the women and small children. And all the animals and the booty of the cities we looted for ourselves. At that time we took the land from the hand of the 2 kings of the Amorite that were on the other side of the Jordan, from Aron brook to Mount Heron. Sidonians would refer to Hermon as Sharon, and Amorites would call it Shenir. At the cities of the plain, the entire Gilead and the entire Bashan, until Salchach and Edrei, the cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan. For only Og king of the Bashan was left of the remaining Rephaim. Behold, his bed was an iron bed. In Rabbah of the children of Ammon, 9 cubits was its length, and 4 cubits its width by the cubit of that man. And we possessed that land at that time, from Aror, which is Aron brook, and half of the mountain of Gilead, and its cities did I give to the Reubenite and the Kedite. The rest of the Gilead and the entire Bashan, the kingdom of Og, did I give to half the tribe of Manasseh, the entire region of the Argob of the entire Bashan, that is called the land of Rephaim. Yair son of Manasseh took the entire region of Argob until the border of the Jeshurite and the Machirite, and he named them the Bashan after himself, Chavoth Jar, until this day. To Machir I gave the Gilead, to Reubenite and the Gadid I gave the Gilead until Aron brook, the midst of the brook and the border, until Jabbok brook, the border of the children of Ammon, and the Arbach and the Jordan and its border, from Kinnereth to the Arbath Sea, the Salt Sea, below the waterfalls from the mountaintop eastward. I commanded you at that time, saying, Hashem your God gave you this land for a possession. Armed shall you cross over before your brethren, the children of Israel, all the men of accomplishment, only your wives, small children, and livestock. I know that you have abundant livestock, shall dwell in your cities that I have given you, until Hashem shall give rest to your brethren like yourselves, and they too shall possess the land that Hashem your God gives them on the other side of the Jordan. Then you shall return, every man to his inheritance that I have given you. I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, your eyes have seen everything that Hashem your God has done to these 2 kings. So will Hashem do to all the kingdoms where you cross over. You shall not fear them, for Hashem your God, he shall wage war for you.